What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color, and welcome back to another edition of This Week in Physical Media, where we go over every Blu-ray and 4K release that's dropping this week, coming out tomorrow on Blues Day Tuesday, December the 5th. Already on the first week of December. I can't believe it already. December 5th, 2023. We've got a lot of Blu-rays and especially 4Ks coming out this week. Very heavy on the 4K releases. We've got new movies coming out on 4K. We've got upgrades coming out on 4K. Lots of stuff to get to, and we're going to go over all of it right now. Your one-stop shop to everything that's dropping this week. But before we do, I want to go ahead and thank all of my live viewers that are popping in and chatting with me live. Always enjoy your guys' presence here and enjoy talking to you. So feel free to throw your name in the chat so I can give you a shout out, or, you know, throw some questions in there. We'll do a little Q&A tonight like we always do. I'm seeing Alden Tuttle in there. I'm seeing Code Geese Anime Fan. I'm seeing Daniverse has popped in. Hey, Daniverse, how you doing? The Old Turtle says hi. Not a name I immediately recognize, but there he is. And look, it is indeed a turtle. So no lie there. We've got Sam Fett also popping in. Says hello all. Jeffrey Patron is here. Gus is here. All of my favorites. An internet user is here. People talking about some of the releases already there in the chat. Love to see it. Love to see it. We're building a nice little community here. And I love seeing you guys interacting with each other. And I love talking to you as always. But of course, most importantly, we're going to be getting to all of the news here this week, starting right now. But I will continue to talk to you guys in the chat. Don't worry. Let's switch over to the second screen, starting with the biggest 4K release. Oh no, I've disappeared. Where am I? There I am. Ho, ho, ho. Don't worry. Don't worry. You've not lost me. I'm still here. And we're here talking about the biggest 4K release ever, apparently. This is apparently one of the best looking 4K releases of all time. I've heard nothing but spectacular things about the release of Titanic on 4K. James Cameron's 1997 film, Titanic, is apparently bringing all the boys to the yard this December because everyone's freaking out about this 4K release. Apparently looks amazing, apparently sounds amazing, and yeah, what else can I say? It's Titanic 4K and digital 4K as well, and it also includes a slipcover. So there's let's not show the back first. Let's show the front first. There it is. Nice white, clean looking slipcover. With you got your big banner at the top, first time on 4K Ultra HD. This is a film that I have never seen. I know. Shock and awe. Everyone's immediately angry with me and clicking off the video. Yeah, I've never seen Titanic. I'm not the biggest James Cameron guy. I haven't seen, there's a lot of his films I haven't seen. What have I seen? I've seen Avatar 1 and 2. I've seen, is that it? No. I've seen Aliens. Yeah, I've seen a couple of things here and there, but he's not one of my favorite filmmakers. And Titanic, I don't know. I was what? I was 5 when it came out, so it wasn't really the demo for it. But maybe I'll finally check it out. Maybe I'll get the 4K. It is currently listed at $30.99 on Amazon.com, which is reasonable, pretty cool. I was expecting it to be more expensive because James Cameron's releases usually are, but we've got the standard slipcover release right there, and then we've also got this behemoth of a special edition box set. This is called Titanic 4K Collector's Edition. Also includes the 4K and the digital HD, but it comes in this lovely, big, oversized, horizontal landscape box with a slide-out couple books in there, like picture books, behind the scenes. You've got, what is all this stuff? You've got a blueprint of Titanic. You've got music. You've got literally musical scales over here, some kind of lyrics to a song, and a bunch of other little ephemera memorabilia all around. So that looks pretty cool. I indeed like that, but I don't know if I like the price, which is $134.99. Let's see the back of it here. There you go. It's got the same image. 25 years of Titanic with exclusive collectibles, 15 hours of bonus content. So yeah, if this is one of your favorite films, if you love old Jimmy Cameron and you want to really get the best edition you can, this looks pretty sweet. But it doesn't say, is it a limited edition? I wonder how many they're making of these. Probably a lot. I imagine they're making a ton of these to maximize profits and make as much money off this movie as they can. But there it is, Titanic, the collector's edition. I know some people will be excited about that. I may just spring for the smaller one. I don't think I'm going to need to get all that stuff. It's not a special movie to me or anything. But I'll check it out. I feel like I need to. I feel like I owe it to someone. I don't know who I owe it to. But yeah. That's Titanic, 4K. What's everyone saying in the chat about Titanic on 4K? Let's see who just popped in. And now this is here. I got the notification from YouTube. Hey, good. I'm glad. YouTube is back on my side this week. Henry's here. Hey, DJ and everyone. Daniverse. It wouldn't be a James Cameron release without incredible sound. That's what I've heard, man. That's what I've heard. Let's see. Internet user, my heart and wallet will go on. Very clever, very good. Gus is leaving because I haven't seen Titanic. You don't make Cameron like the king of the world. You don't make Cameron like the king of the world. I do not. A lot of people do, though, and that's great. I'm glad that people are loving his films. I want to buy new movies this month, but have to wait until next month. I decided to buy a PS5 Slim and a few games instead. Whew. Yeah, that'll run you up pretty high and break the bank. Titanic was once shown at high school. It was a decent film, but I didn't love it. Wow, they showed you Titanic in high school. That is pretty cool, and also kind of, I don't know, is it very historically accurate? Well, I can't say anything. We watched National Treasure in my high school, so what are you going to do? Kevin House, have you seen The Abyss? It's a pretty good Cameron film. I have not seen The Abyss, but I hear that is also getting a 4K release coming soon. That's the scuttlebutt. That's what I hear on the street. So maybe I'll check that one out too. Ethan Edwards, Titanic is a lot of fun, except for how it ends. A Night to Remember is better, though. Well, that is good to hear, because I do have A Night to Remember. We bought that in the July sale. I think. Maybe it was last November sale. I don't know. We do have it. Haven't watched it yet. It is right there waiting for me on the shelf. So maybe I'll check that one out on Ethan Edwards' recommendation. I think Connor also recommended that one to me. That's why I picked it up in the first place. Next up, coming out is another classic 90s film. This is Point Break, getting a 4K release from Shout Select. This is it's called a collector's edition, but it looks the same as all the other Shout Selects. They do come with slipcovers, very nice slipcovers. I do like how they do these. I have a few of them. I have the Magnificent 7 back there on the shelf, but here it is. This is Point Break with this tiny little 72 DPI 300 by 200 JPEG that we can look at here, provided by Shout Select. It says collector's edition at the top. You've got Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves. What a dynamic duo. And this is the 1991, action heist movie. There you go. That's what you got. 122 minutes. Coming out tomorrow. I was trying to see if they put the special features on here, but I guess they don't. But I'm sure there'll be a few. Shout Select's a pretty good label. They usually put out good releases. It's currently sitting at $29.99 on Amazon.com. If you're interested in Point Break, I know a lot of people will be. That's a favorite of a lot of people. Cult classic. Getting a 4K release, like I said, from Shout Select. Also getting a 4K Steelbook, though, from Shout Factory. And this is what the cover of that looks like. There you go. So you got the heist mask on, and then it's a completely different artwork. Doesn't even rely on the faces of the stars, but it does have their names up there at the top. This is much more of a collector looking. I mean, it's a steelbook, so you're already in the collector market, so it's got some nice artwork there. I don't know what the rest of the steelbook looks like, but the front looks pretty cool. I like the art style. So there you go. You've got two different versions of Point Break. If you have Best Buys near you, or you can order online, that's a Best Buy exclusive steelbook. And yeah, it's the 4K and Blu-ray 2-pack. So there you go. If you want your crime thriller 90s throwback, a little bit of fun this month, check out Point Break. I know a lot of people will be excited about that. And then of course, the other one that people will be, people will be mixed. This is a very divisive film. I know some people love it, some people hate it. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is coming out tomorrow on all the different formats. Even some people in my chat before the stream started were talking about how they're wanting to check this one out. They're excited about it coming out. I saw this movie in the theaters. I wasn't really a fan of it. I did not love it. I didn't even really like it, but I'm glad it's coming out on a beautiful 4K from, we'll see if it's beautiful. I don't know. Disney is not have a good track record at this point, but we'll see. Hopefully they step it up and this isn't another Pirates of the Caribbean situation. Look at that. Look at that cover. I mean, it's a standard Disney cover with a bunch of floating heads, but I like the colors. I like the it's got some stuff going for it. There you go. There's the slipcover. Ultimate Collector's Edition, which means just standard slipcover. But you've got Blu-ray, 4K, and digital in this release. If you want to get that one will run you $30. But there is also a Steelbook coming out, another Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. Get them while you can, because they won't be around for long. Here's the overview for that. Massive picture. Look at this. I wish we could get some consistency on the size of these images. But that's what the front and back looks like. Pretty cool. Just kind of a conceptual cover there with a lot of different iconography from the Indiana Jones franchise. And then you've got a photo on the inside. You've got 2 discs, the 4K and the Blu-ray. And I'm sure you've got some special features included. So yeah, you can get the standard 4K, you can get the standard Blu-ray, or you can get the exclusive from Best Buy Steelbook edition. And also there's an exclusive release from Walmart as well, which is, Walmart and their pins. It comes with a pin. That's it. You get a pin and a different slipcover, which I kind of like better. I kind of like the slipcover on this one. But there you go, Ultimate Collector's Edition. So apparently there's 3 different Ultimate Collector's Editions, and this one you get a little enamel pin. So if you got your Letterman jacket or your hat, I don't know, what fanny pack? What else do people stick pins on? I don't know what the kids are doing these days, but there you go. You get a little pin of a compass. So thank you, Walmart. Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny. Love it or hate it, but it's coming out, whether you like it or not. And you can get it tomorrow at your Best Buy, Walmart, or Amazon store. Let's go ahead and jump back, see what people are talking about over here. Jeffrey, there he is. What do we got? Internet user, we're getting 3 more Cameron films in 4K next year. Aliens, The Abyss, and True Lies. I saw that post as well. And yeah, a lot of people are really excited about those. And now this says, not gonna lie, the Titanic box set looks great, but the price doesn't. I'm with you, man. That's pretty steep. And I'm not that big of a fan to justify it. Yeah, it's got to be one of your favorite movies to really justify that crazy release. Or if you're one of those big YouTubers that gets stuff sent to them from the studios. That would be nice. Studios. I'm just going to do a catch-all call out to all the studios. James Cameron is overrated, says Alden Tuttle. Wow. And he says Avatar sucks. Wow. He's starting things, starting beef, YouTube beef in the comments. Kevin House, I remember my friend John, not Malachi. Thanks for clarifying, because I can't be having you go around with my friend behind my back. And I'm going to the theater to see Titanic on its initial release. Wow. Okay. Wow. Great memories, man. 1997. I was not going to the theater yet. I was very small. Beetlejuice says it's a classic and I have to see it. I know. I've heard. I'm also someone not that into Cameron's style. Jeffrey Patron. Yes, there you go. From the Cameron films I've seen, he's a little too I don't know how to explain it. Like stage, theatrical, like very, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not going to try to explain it here. And it won't make sense to anybody, but it's just, I don't know. It's, generic's not the right word, but it's very traditional style filmmaking that doesn't work for me in newer movies for some reason. I don't know. Jeffrey says Point Break seems promising on 4K. Ethan Edwards says, forget Point Break, get Point Blank. And now this, if Point Break's Steelbook isn't sold out next month, I'll buy that. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing with all these December releases. Everyone's out of money. Everyone's buying Christmas presents for other people. I'm buying Christmas presents for other people, my family. I also just spent way too much money in the November Criterion sale, which thank you guys for watching all of those videos. Those were a lot of fun to shoot. I'm done. Today was the last day. The sale is over. I'm not buying any more until maybe a couple weeks when the December releases come out. Born to be Rad. Point Break looked great on 4K. What's up, everyone? The Steelbook is sweet. What's up, Born to be Rad? Very cool name. An internet user says the Reagan mask is all one needs. Is that Omni Nation Comics? I finally got to make one of these lives. Hey, bro. Hey, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I enjoy talking to you guys live. I enjoy talking to you guys in the comments afterward as well. But there's something special when you guys can show up live and we can interact in real time, almost real time. There's a strong delay that kind of messes things up sometimes, but it's as close as we can get, unless you want to come over for dinner. Alden Tuttle, it's on my list. It's as good as 4. Okay, sweet. You love Dial of Destiny. I actually like 4 more, but that's just me. I actually like 4 probably more than anybody. I don't know. I think 4 is fun. I think it's a fun throwback to the 50s sci-fi B movies that I love. An internet user, I remember watching Temple of Doom a lot as a kid. Wow, how are you? Are you doing okay? How young of a kid were you? Because that could be traumatizing. Henry says, Indy looks like the Oppie release with the color and everything. The Oppie release? What does that mean? Oh, Oppenheimer. I see what he's saying. It kind of does. It kind of does. And now this, I want the Indiana Jones Steelbook to complete my collection, but the Best Buy price is a joke. Hey, they got to get the money now before they drop out of the whole physical media space. So, hey, I don't know. Don't give it to them. Buy it secondhand. Maybe you can find it for a good price. Let's go ahead and see what's out next on the Blu-ray Tuesday, December 25th release. Oh, here we go. Let's get into Criterion, shall we? Because we've just mentioned Criterion briefly. We're getting some very exciting Criterion releases this month. But first, on December 5th, we're getting classic Days of Heaven from Terrence Malick. Old Terry Malick is releasing, well, he's not doing it, but I'm sure he's involved in the release. This is the 4K release of Days of Heaven, which is one of the Paramount releases that they lost the right to recently. Thankfully, it's one of the ones that I didn't pay overpriced fees for as it was out of print, the Blu-ray, because I did buy some of the Paramount Blu-rays on eBay. I didn't get this one, thankfully, because now it's getting a 4K release. This is the 1978 film from Terrence Malick. Wow, all the way back to 1978. I didn't realize this was that far back. I'm very excited to see this. I will be getting this one eventually. I don't know if I'll be getting it this month, but maybe for a 50% off sale in the future, because I just watched old Terry Malick's A New World, which I absolutely loved. It was incredible. Blew my mind. So good. And I can't wait to watch another one of his films. But here it is. Short little film, 94 minutes, which will be a big difference for me because I watched the New World Extended Edition, which is like 3 hours long. But this is a nice little 94 breezy watch, and I'm sure it'll look incredible. I don't know if he's working with the same cinematographer yet, but I hope so, because the New World was gorgeous. Every single shot looked incredible. But yeah, I'm excited to see Days of Heaven. Heard nothing but great things about that one. And also from Criterion, we'll jump ahead here a little bit. Spoiler alert, coming out tomorrow as well is Blast of Silence on Blu-ray. Not a 4K release, but a very nice looking Blu-ray with some excellent artwork on the front. This is a 1961 noir film that takes place at Christmas time, so it's very appropriate to be released in December. I am very excited to check this one out, but I did notice last night that it is available. It is available on Criterion Channel if you have the streaming service. It is part of a whole collection of Christmas set noir films, but this one is a film by Alan Barron, and I'm going to check it out on the channel first. I was going to go ahead and buy it, but Criterion's got my back. They've already got it streaming. I can check it out on the streaming channel first, see if I like it, and then maybe go through with making the purchase. But that's very cool of Criterion. I love them. That's probably not the best idea marketing-wise, but that's very consumer-friendly, and I really appreciate that they do that, because that's super cool that you can check it on the channel first, and then hopefully support physical media by buying the physical release as well. But yeah, we talked about this a few weeks ago when they announced it, maybe a few months ago now, and people were very high on this film. It's got like a 5 out of 5 on Blu-ray.com for Blu-ray video and audio quality, so it's very highly reviewed here, and it sounds fun. It sounds like a nice little crime flick that I can't wait to watch. So I'll be watching that soon in this month of December for the holidays. So yeah, great stuff coming out from Criterion this week, and then in 2 weeks we'll be getting some really great releases coming out from Criterion, which I can't wait for, and you guys already know I'm super excited about those. All right, I want the Indiana Jones. I just read that. I'm buying myself stuff. I'm buying myself stuff. LOL. Bah humbug. Hey, no shame. No shame there. If you don't have a wife or kids, then yeah, Christmas is probably a very fun time because you can just get all the deals, even though Black Friday was pretty lame this year, gotta say. I did get a lot of releases, not a lot, but I got a few releases from the Black Friday sale from Oscilloscope Laboratories. If you want to check out those, I just recorded, actually right before I went live, I recorded a video on those releases that I just picked up. Very excited about those, can't wait to dig into those, but very glad that I was able to get in on that sale. It was a crazy sale. I think they were like 50% off. Very, very good deals. So glad I jumped on that one. I did. Kevin House. Actually, I recommend 1950s The Breaking Point with John Garfield. Lots of breaking and points in film titles that we can talk about. But yeah, I like the synergy, guys. Keep it going. We can play like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon? I don't know how many degrees there are. But yeah, we can keep it going. Alden Tuttle, I love 4. It was my first indie film. Same. Same, Alden. It was actually my first indie film too. That might be a reason that I have a little soft spot for it in my heart, no matter how much bashing it gets from the masses. But yeah, that was the first one I saw because I was, I don't know, like 10 when it came out, and really liked it. No, 2009. I was older than that. Well, yeah. Who cares? No one cares. I was like 15. Wish the Criterion sale went on a few more weeks. Gus, no, I don't wish it went on a few more weeks because I don't want to spend any more money right now. So we can stop, and then we'll just pick it up next year when I'm doing a little better financially. An internet user, I'm doing pretty good. Thanks. I watched it mostly from elementary school to middle school. I have lost the plot. I don't know what you're talking about at this point. Sometimes things get lost in the chat. Oh, look at this name. Egosa Osala. Osala? Hello, DJ. I believe that a real cinephile is someone who not only loves film, but is also knowledgeable and literate about it too. Well, yes, I believe that as well. And I don't know if it applies to me, but thank you for tuning in and listening. I am a very, very new cinephile, only for the last couple of years. I just started collecting Criterion 2 years ago in 2021. And just started watching older, classic films around the same time. So I'm a very new cinephile. I'm a baby cinephile. And I hope to continue to learn. That's why I do this channel, is so I can learn as much from you guys as you can from me. And we can all share we all have our little pockets of knowledge that we are interested in. And we can get together and share it all with each other. So that's why I do this. That's why I like doing it. If I was just talking to you guys about stuff that I like researched, and that wouldn't be fun for anybody. So let's all talk about it together, because that's much more interesting to me. Anyway, Beetlejuice, Criterion sale put us all in a hole this month. Let's be honest. I feel it, brother. I feel it. Because I don't know. I don't know why they get me every year. I'm always like, I'm just going to buy a few this year, maybe a couple. But then I get in the hustle and bustle of making the haul videos, and I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I do blame you guys, though, for all your recommendations, because a lot of those ones that I picked up were thanks to you guys. But I appreciate it. Days of Heaven should look fantastic on 4K. I'm hoping it does. Kevin House, I love Blast of Silence. I know you do, man. You've brought it up several times. You're getting me hyped for it. I bought it after watching a YouTube recommendation from actor Patton Oswalt. He loves old movies and film noir. Yeah, it's really cool how interested and involved Patton Oswalt is in classic film. I watched his Criterion Closet video that he did. I think I've seen a couple other videos of him talking about stuff too. That's cool that he brought up Blast of Silence, though. I didn't know that. Michael Smith, have you seen Tree of Life? It has dinosaurs. No, but thanks for the sales pitch. I haven't seen Tree of Life. That is the next one I'm going to watch because, like I said, New World got me super hyped about Terrence Malick. So I will be watching Tree of Life. That's one that a lot of people have recommended to me, including close friends that have been on the channel. And it definitely sounds like a movie that I'm going to love. So can't wait to check that one out. Not this month, though. I'm only watching Christmas movies this month. So it'll have to wait for 2024. Let's see what else is coming out. We've got Silver Bullet, which is a film that I've not heard of. This is 1985. Another one from Shout Factory. And it is, we've got a little poem here. A little poem on the front. Oh, it's Stephen King. Stephen King adaptation, Silver Bullet. This is from Scream Factory. It started in May in a small town, and every month after that, whenever the moon was full, it came back. Is this a werewolf movie? I didn't know Stephen King did a werewolf movie. Sweet. 2-disc set, Ultra HD, so 4K and Blu-ray. Got a nice little slipcover there. And alternate artwork underneath. So there's the cover of the... I guess it's kind of the same artwork. What am I talking about? But yeah, there you go. Silver Bullet. I've not heard of that one, but you guys will have to let me know what you think of that. If you've been waiting, if you're a Stephen King collector or just a horror movie in general, I'm assuming it's a horror movie. I don't know why it would be called Silver Bullet. It's also rated R. So those are my clues. But yeah, that's another $30 release from Shout Factory. Very cool to see them on the list. We haven't talked about them as much as some of the other labels, but I'm glad they're still putting out good stuff. We also have, getting into some more Steelbooks here, we've got a Steelbook coming out from Lionsgate Films. Love the Lionsgate Steelbooks. I've talked about them, and everyone has talked about them. They're really, really great Steelbooks. They usually come with a slipcase that goes over the Steelbook. This is Young Guns, classic Western. Here we go. This is a newer Western, though. Getting a 4K Blu-ray and digital. This is from 1988. And it looks great. That's all I can see is the front of the slipcover, but the front of the slipcover looks really good. All of those stars there in this gritty 1980s. Is it a revisionist Western? I'm assuming it is. Maybe it's just kind of a classic revisit to the golden age of Westerns. But there you go. You've got Young Guns coming out. That's not a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. You can get that even on Amazon for only $23 right now. That is pretty awesome. And then we've got another Steelbook coming out for another 80s film. This is from 1986. This is a Sony Pictures Steelbook. Again, not Best Buy exclusive. You can get this on Amazon right now. If you're watching after the fact, I will get all of the Amazon links in the description. You can go find them right from there. Quick and easy. Here it is, Stand By Me. Classic 80s film. This is another Stephen King film, I think. I think I'm right about that, right? Yeah, Stand By Me. A lot of people's favorite. This is similar to, I've heard it compared to The Goonies, but I think it's a little bit more serious than that. But there's the back of the Steelbook. Wow, that's a haunting image. And then there's look, there's the guys. We've got a young little Sean Astin, I believe. Is he in this? No, he's in The Goonies. I'm getting my 80s films confused. But there you go. There you go. A lot of people will be excited about that. Stand By Me coming out. I'm just reading things and looking at things instead of entertaining you guys. I'm sorry. I get wrapped up in the releases sometimes. One more 4K release from Warner Brothers. We've got a 4K Ultra HD and Digital HD coming out for the color purple. I've seen some unboxing of this already. Some of the companies are sending these out to some YouTubers. This is a Steven Spielberg film, which was on my radar. I think there's a remake coming out this year, or like another adaptation or something coming out this year, and that's the reason for this release. There you go. You've got your lovely, if you like it, terrible if you hate it, celebrating every story 100 banner at the top. 4K, Ultra HD, and digital. So really cool that this is getting a release. This is a 1985 film, so a lot of big 80s films getting 4K releases this week, which is very cool. Very cool. That is another film that I have not seen. A lot of 80s stuff. I got to catch up on my 80s stuff. But yeah, let me know what you think of those three films in the chat. And then we'll get to some final films here in a minute. What are people saying? What are people saying over here? Blast of Silence cover was done by one of my favorite comic artists, Sean Phillips. Definitely getting that. It has really cool artwork. I love that they go to comic artists sometimes. That's pretty cool. But yeah, the cover looks amazing. Ethan Edwards, Kino has a good sale going on. Don't tell us about more sales, Ethan. We are broke. We have no money. We can't afford it. But there are some Kino releases that I want to pick up, so maybe I will. Hey, Patrick Craig. Hey, what's up? Glad you got those. And that label is getting some attention. Yeah, thank you so much, Patrick Craig. Got to give a shout out to him. He's the one that made me aware of the Oscilloscope Labs sale that was coming out. And I'm very happy to grab those. Like I said, that's a label that I'm not super familiar with, but they had a lot of stuff that caught my eye as I was scrolling through, and there's even a couple more that I want to pick up next month when they come out. Jeffrey Patron, haven't seen Blast of Silence, but you sold it quite well. Sounds interesting. Oh, well, it was totally unintentional on my part, man. I wasn't trying to sell you on anything, so don't blame anything on me if you don't like it. I was just getting excited about it myself. I think a section of Blast of Silence was shot during a hurricane. Holy crap, that's exciting. That's pretty cool. Jaden Christopher, another new name. Hey man, just started tuning in, but that's cool. I actually started collecting in 2021 too. Yeah, I saw Jaden Christopher. You left a comment on a recent short that I made where I was adding all of my Criterion sale haul to the shelf. So thanks. Welcome, Jaden. Good to see you. Yeah, I started collecting around the same time, so that's fun. Jaden says, mostly horror, but lately I've been branching out to collect other genres, especially with Criterion. Criterion will get you, man. They've got so much good stuff, and it's very addicting once you get started on those spine numbers. Patrick says, oh, I was glad to see you got Marketa Lazarova, which is stunning, and the Coker trilogy. Kiarostami might be my favorite director. Dude, I'm excited to dig into the rest of that Coker trilogy because I really, really love the first one, and I think it gets even more complex and interesting from there. I've heard nothing but great things about it, and that packaging with that digipack is incredible. One of the best bits of packaging that Criterion has ever done. It looks so good. I'm so glad I got those, and I can't wait to watch them. Silver Bullet is a confusing film. It's really silly, but it's sometimes written like it's supposed to be a comedy. Definitely an experience. Oh, interesting. Kind of a mixed review there from Daniverse. And now this loves Silver Bullet. Watched it as a kid, that movie, and Young Guns is a must-buy for me next month. Well, good. I hope you can get your hands on those before, I guess those aren't Best Buy exclusives, so you should be fine with those. Eddie's Films and stuff. Hey, DJ, didn't even know Stand By Me was getting a release. Might have to pick that up. Such a great movie. Well, that's why we do this, man. We got to get the word out. We got to talk about things that are coming out because there's so much good stuff coming out for physical media lovers, and we gotta draw some attention to it because everything gets lost in the shuffle, man. There's so much stuff coming out, so many labels to keep up with. That's why I do this, so I can keep track of things that are coming out and add things to my wish list. And I'm glad I could tell you about it. Daniver says The Color Purple is such a good, well-acted film. The remake is an adaptation of the music. Oh, that's right, I did hear that. So the remake that's coming out this year is an adaptation of the stage play, not of the book. So very different things. So they could both be great in their own respects. But yeah, Color Purple. I've heard that it is a kind of a doozy, kind of a sad one, kind of a sad watch. So maybe make sure you're in the right mood. Ethan Edwards, I like Spielberg, but I think Color Purple is overwrought and kind of boring. So teams forming here. Make sure you get on the right side of that. Not that there is a right side, because I don't know, because I haven't seen it. But yeah, a lot of different opinions on Color Purple. Gus Amaretti, I'm getting all those 80s movies. They are good movies, DJ. Good. I'm glad to hear it. I can always step up my 80s movie game because that is a decade that I'm severely underwatched in. I did not grow up with 80s movies like a lot of people did. Bailey Walsh, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I love Stand By Me. River Phoenix is a fave actor of mine. Sweet. Well, thank you. Thank you for all of your recommendations, as always. Ethan Edwards says it's only money. Trying to get us to buy Kino Lorber. I'm starting to think that he's sponsored by them or something, or he's getting some kind of kickback. Code says I saw Stand By Me for the first time months ago and thought it was okay. Well, good. I'm glad. Glad you liked it, kind of. Patrick says, by the way, I think Oscilloscope usually does another big sale on 4/20. Interesting day for a sale, Oscope. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna wait that long because Moon Garden and Gods of Mexico look really, really cool. And they just gave me a 20% off code in my last sale haul video. I won't show you that code, but I'm gonna use it to get those 2 new releases because I can't wait that long to get those. I really want to watch Moon Garden. It looks like a movie that I'm gonna love. Let's get back over to the other screen and blow through a couple more of these releases while the lag is keeping you guys from... Oh my gosh, I've lost control of my screen. Here we go. Let's see, we've got... wow, interesting. So we've got the original Young Guns from 1988. No, that's the same Young Guns. Same one. Different Steelbook. So we've got 2 Steelbooks for this one. This is the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook, and it's also a Lionsgate film. So Lionsgate Film's putting out 2 different Steelbooks for this release. Should have showed this a little bit ago. Sorry about that. I wasn't aware this was getting 2 different Steelbooks. This one looks awesome, though. I've seen reviews of this one. This is the one with the slipcover. So if you see there, you've got the wanted poster there. That's the slipcover, and it's got bullet holes cut into the slipcover that actually you can see through, and then it slides out, and you can see the beautiful artwork there on the sides of it. That's the outside, that's the inside. Also comes with some art cards that are made to look like playing cards with bullet holes in them and the characters all in those. This is awesome. I wish I knew if I like this movie or not because I might have to pick that one up. It looks really, really cool. But I've heard nothing but great things about this movie. Kind of my whole life. People have been talking about Young Guns. But that's really cool that it's getting a custom slipcover from Best Buy. So that's a Best Buy exclusive. There's the cover without the bullet holes in it. And there's the back. You can see the bullet holes go across the back too. You can see the artwork underneath. Very, very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I might have to go into a Best Buy, which I haven't done in a long time. But yeah, I did stop into a Best Buy on Black Friday, but there was nothing. I didn't find anything. I saw that they had, the one thing I saw was they had, oh, I can't even think of it. Wes Anderson's new movie on sale for like $10? No, $20. $15. I don't know what it was. It wasn't a good enough deal for me to buy it. I figure I'll just wait till the Criterion eventually gets to it. But yeah, I didn't buy anything at Best Buy on Black Friday. I was kind of underwhelmed. It was kind of a lame year. But I might have to go back and get that Young Guns Steelbook because that looks really cool. We've already talked about Point Break. We've already talked about Indiana Jones. But yeah, there's tons of Indiana Jones different releases coming out. Let's see what else big is coming out. What are people going to be excited for? Oh, Creepshow Season 4. There you go. Sure. There's a Creepshow television show, but we don't usually talk about television on this show. But here's a Christmas movie that's coming out. Office Christmas Party. Now, I think I've seen this, but I couldn't tell you a single thing about it. I have no memory of this. I really don't care for like the dumb, I don't know, what do you call them? Stoner comedy Christmas movies. They just go in one ear, right out the other. Like, what's that one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Anthony Mackie? Again, dissipated into thin air as soon as I watched it. Completely forgot everything. But I know this. I know some people like these kind of things. Look at that. You got a slew of names in it. T.J. Miller, Olivia Munn, Jason Bateman. I already said T.J. Miller. But look at that. Tons of names. Jennifer Aniston, of course, is the lead with Jason Bateman. I think I've seen it, but I don't remember anything about it. But if you want your Christmas comedy fix, you've got a 4K release of that coming out. Every Christmas movie is getting a 4K release, which is very cool. And then you've also got, from 2023, a new movie from Shout Factory, The Kill Room, getting a 4K release. There's the cover on that. Samuel L. Jackson in his 17th film of the year, and Uma Thurman. Oh, little team up from the old classic team up there. So yeah, you got The Kill Room, which I'm assuming is some kind of crime thriller. Crime is an art form. There you go, right there on the front. And there's the slipcover from Shout Studios. What's the deal with Shout? They got like Shout Factory, Shout Studios, Scream Factory. There's a very confusing label. As someone who doesn't buy many of their releases, they've got so many different sub-labels and names. It's very confusing. But I haven't heard of The Kill Room, but that's getting a 4K release if you're looking forward to that. And we'll do one more here before I jump to the comments. The Odd Couple, which is an amazing film. If you haven't seen it, check out the film. But also, there's a TV show that's spawned from it, and it's getting a Blu-ray complete series release. Here you go. We've got one from, I think is it Imprint? I think Imprint Studios, whatever their label is called, has a really sweet release that has the first film, the second film, and the complete TV series all in one beautiful Blu-ray box set. I really want to get that release, but it's so expensive. It was limited edition, and a lot of people have it, but the price is very, very high. I haven't found the right price yet, but I do want to get that. But it's cool that this is getting a singular standalone release for just the show from Paramount Pictures, seasons 1 through 5, for people who are excited about that show. I haven't seen that. I did watch the terrible Odd Couple like remake show that was, what was it? It was called The Odd Couple. It starred Matthew Perry and Tom Lennon. They were the two guys, which I thought was great casting, but the show was just a generic like laugh track sitcom from like, was it mid-2000s? I don't know. It was not a great show, but I love Tom Lennon. I love Matthew Perry. I wish it was better because they're a perfect duo. They're also in 17 again together, and they have really great chemistry. But the show was not great, unfortunately. But you know, what are you gonna do? What do we have here? My computer is not letting me switch from camera to camera anymore, which is a little annoying, but we'll power through. Let's see what people are saying. Holy crap! Well, Laren has entered the chat, and people are going crazy for you, Laren. DJ, your background is so well lit, it looks like a green screen. Yeah, you've uncovered it. This has been a green screen the whole time. I don't actually own any movies, but no, it's real. Look at this. I can touch it in everything. Laren is talking to some people in the chat. I think 40 is the most viewers I've seen in here. Holy crap, we passed 40 viewers? Dang, man. Hey, thanks everybody. This is really fun. I love doing these. Love talking to you guys. Be sure to put some, don't just sit here and listen. Don't just be a creep. Go ahead and throw some comments. Put your name in the chat. Throw some questions in there so I can get to know you guys. But yeah, hope success doesn't change him. No, I mean, what? It's not like I'm, making money or anything. I'm just talking to you guys. I wouldn't really call it a success. I'm just goofing around on camera. And Life Goes On. It is my favorite of these first two, but I still got to see the third. Okay, so he's talking about the Kiarostami trilogy again. I can't wait to watch those two. I've only seen the first one. And now this, if there's another sale, I'll have to hold up a sign on a street corner saying, need money for movies, LOL. That would be an interesting video. That'd actually be kind of fun. Not to actually take advantage of people, but just to see what people do. But I am not that kind of person. I don't think I would do well with like confrontations with people. That would be outside my comfort zone. Laren says Silver Bullet is great. People talking to each other in the chat. Nathan Lingrel, do you have any predictions for the March Criterion announcements? I don't. I'm so not plugged in to all the rumors and stuff that are going on. I need to get more plugged in. I want to start, like I said last week, I want to get together and start a Discord group for you guys so I can get in there and talk to you guys, because you guys somehow hear all the rumors that I don't hear. I don't know where you guys are hearing it, but I need to get more plugged into that stuff, because that's definitely something I should pay more attention to and make some videos of to help people out. But no, I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything? I know that, what was it called? Age of Innocence is apparently rumored to get a 4K release early next year, or sometime next year, because I bought the Blu-ray, my wife bought the Blu-ray in one of our sale halls, and everyone in the comments was like, no, you got to take it back. It's getting a 4K release next year. So we did take it back, unfortunately, and got our $20 back. And I just noticed that it is streaming on the channel, so we might go ahead and watch it there, and then if we love it, we can get the 4K next year. So thanks guys for the heads up on that. I really appreciate that. Kevin House says, speaking of River Phoenix, Running on Empty is a fantastic film. Wow, Running on Empty. I think I've heard of that title, but I don't actually know what it's about. Michael Smith, as for current films in theaters, I'm so looking forward to Poor Things. Looks amazing. I'm so looking forward to that too. There's so many things that I missed this year. I wish I had got to go to the theater more. It was kind of a tough year. Like I said, we went through that whole single income for a few months because my wife lost her job, but now we're back and we can finally go to the theater again. Actually, we were going to go to the theater this last Friday. So excited to finally see The Holdovers, and it had stopped playing in all the theaters around me on Thursday. So I just missed it. The only theater it's playing at now is like an hour away from me, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out time to get out there, or maybe just wait for streaming, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to see that. That was like one of my most anticipated movies of the year, so that's a huge bummer. But no, Poor Things I'm definitely gonna try to get out to see in the theater because it looks pretty cool. WI Watch Guy, I have not seen your name before. Welcome to the stream. I have the majority of my favorite films on Blu-ray, but thanks in large part to your videos, just jumped into Criterion with the current sale, playing it a bit safe with films I know. Hey, that's the way to start. That's the way to start. That's how I started. I just got a couple films in the first sale. You guys have seen my entire Criterion journey. All the way back in 2021, in that July sale of 2021, that was my first ever time purchasing any Criterions. So if you watch through the playlist of all of those sale hauls, that's my whole Criterion journey. I just started 2 years ago, so I'm very new to this as well, but it always warms my heart when I see people in the comments say that I got them into collecting Criterion, because I wasn't trying to do that. I was just documenting, my own film journey, and it seems to be resonating with some people. People are really liking those sale haul videos. I wish I could do them more throughout the year because they're a lot of fun to make, but for now, we only get to do them twice a year. Maybe someday if I win the lottery or something, I can somehow afford 5 titles a month. I don't know how you guys do that, who buy every single Criterion title as they come out at $40 a pop. I can't do that, but I'm going to buy as much as I can and share it with you as I go. Ethan, of course, in his never-ending quest to destroy all of our wallets, says that Arrow also has a sale going on. Is that true? Does Arrow have a sale? Because what's the sale like? Is it 50% off? Because I really want to get that Barbarella release that just dropped, and I saw it at my Barnes & Noble. I had it in my hands, but it was like $60, and I couldn't drop that much on it. So hopefully he's right, and there is a sale going on, and hopefully it's a pretty good sale. Let's see, Laren McMullen, I just want all copies of Young Guns, but where is Young Guns 2? Yeah, I don't know. We got 2 Steelbooks of Young Guns, but nothing for Young Guns 2. Tom Cruise is in Young Guns, but a very small character. Now, I know he is a man of short stature, so do you mean he is a small character, or do you mean he has a small role in the film? Because I could see it going either way. I'm assuming you mean he has a small role, but it could go either way. Who knows? It's unknowable, really. It could be both. It probably is. An internet user, can Unforgiven be called Old Guns? Sure. You can, in my phone, how I organize all of my films in my collection app, you can put a sort title and it'll organize it that way, so you can find things easier if something has a weird title. So maybe you could put Old Guns in there if that'll help you find it faster. Let's see. That movie looks so stupid, LOL. Gus, I don't know what movie you're talking about. You got to be a little bit more descriptive because the chat takes a while to load, but I'm going to say that I agree with you. That movie does look so stupid. I'm assuming he's talking about the Christmas movie. Daniverse! There he is, always with the trivia facts. The night before, I watched that last week. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one with Anthony Mackie and Joseph Gordon-Levitt that I can't remember a thing about, except they get caught up in a drug deal at some point, like all comedies. I don't know. It wasn't for me, but I know a lot of people like that. Let's see. WI Watch Guy. I hit Best Buy just after Black Friday, and the deals were still on, picked up the Heat Director's Cut on Blu-ray for $4. Well, that's a really good deal. Let's see, what else do we got? He also says Unforgiven is excellent and a true Western classic. Wow, this chat is... I'm gonna need like a chat moderator or like a guest to get through this chat. You guys are very active tonight. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get through it all. I'm gonna have to get back to some movies here eventually. But Laren McMullen says favorite Jason Bateman film. Oh, that's tough. It's hard not to just go to Arrested Development because I think that's like the best thing he's ever done. But film-wise, has anyone ever seen? Oh, I'm never gonna remember it's called Extract. Very low-budget indie film that he did. Extract. Can't remember the female lead in them. Oh, it's Mila Kunis. Mila Kunis and Jason Bateman in kind of a, I would say it's not a romantic comedy. It's a dark comedy. I went through this real dark comedy phase where I was watching all these dark comedies, and Extract is one. It's about like his wife has an affair and he meets Mila Kunis, and there's this, I don't know, they work at the same like factory or something. Very fun, very underrated film. I really like that one. Of course, Horrible Bosses is fun, but I don't know, I'm not a huge comedy guy. But yeah, he's done some great, actual like really great movies that I can't think of at the moment. For some reason, Extract is coming to my brain. Also, another dark comedy I watched during that same period was, what is that movie with, has anyone seen that movie with Tobey Maguire? Dark comedy, which he's trying to get, his raccoons are tearing up his yard and he's like losing his mind and everything's going wrong, and he also has an affair. Very weird common denominator with dark comedies. He usually has an affair and then it like keeps snowballing and getting worse and worse, and it ends in like murder. Very, very interesting Tobey Maguire performance. Who is with him on that movie? I can't remember her name. She's from Fred Claus. She's the lead in Fred Claus. Anyway, I'm all over the place. I don't know what my favorite Jason Bateman movie is, clearly, as you can see. Let's see. Jason Christopher. Scream Factory is horror. Shout Factory is non-horror. Shout Studios, I believe they had a part in making. Okay. So there's some rhyme or reason to it. They also have sub-labels for children's movies and one for anime. Yes, I saw the children's one because I got Fern Gully from them. And I don't know what it's called at this point. I think it's called Shout Family or something. I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, they've got a lot of labels. It's kind of hard to keep it straight. Watch Guy, 2 questions. Do you think Criterion will ever branch into television series? Also, do you ever check your local half-price books? Mine got somebody's Criterion collection in. His whole collection? Wow. Yes, I do check half-price books occasionally. I used to live a lot closer to half-price books. Now it's about a 40-minute drive, which is a bummer. I can't go as often as I used to. But no, a lot of these things back here are from half-price books. I do find Criterion stuff there from time to time. They don't have too much of it, but they do get some stuff in. That's where I found my out-of-print edition of Harold and Maude, which is very cool. And that's where I found my Third Man Blu-ray out-of-print. Amazing digipack edition. So yeah, you find a lot of good things at half-price books, but it all depends on whatever people turn in. It always kind of hurts my heart a little bit to see when someone clearly passed away or had to sell all their collection. I don't know what happens, but you see like, oh, they just got a ton of Criterion stuff. Somebody must have just turned in their whole collection. But yeah, half-price books is great. I wish I could go as much as I used to be able to. What else did you ask? Oh, will they branch into television? There is that one DVD set that is like, I think it's called the Golden Age of Television or something, but it's not a show. I think it's like some different specials and TV appearances and stuff. I do want to get my hands on that because I don't have that. But I don't know if they'll ever go into TV series. That seems like a whole another can of worms that they would have to navigate through. But I feel like a lot of the other labels are taking care of that. Like I said, Imprint is doing that. I know some of the other labels. Kino just jumped on the TV train with Monk. They have the complete first season of Monk, and they've done some other TV stuff, I know. But that's a great question. That'd be very interesting to see if Criterion ever jumps onto that bandwagon. They've got so many films to get through, and they put out like 5 every month, so I don't know if they can handle TV too. And I don't want them to, because I won't be able to afford it. Watch Guy, another classic Western and one suitable for the holidays, the Coen Brothers remake of True Grit. Is that a holiday film? Does it take place in winter? That's interesting. I've never seen that one, but we've been on a Coen Brothers kick lately. You can't see it because it's up there in the corner behind my microphone, but I just got the Universal Essentials collection of The Big Lebowski, and I'm going to do a review of that, kind of a dual unboxing. I got that and another Universal Essentials collection. Those are super cool. They've got a really nice slipcase with a booklet and all of these like art cards and really cool inserts and stuff. Those are limited edition, I think, and I really want to do a video on those two. I was lucky enough to get those both for $20 each from a seller on Facebook, so very happy about that. We immediately popped it in because it's one of my wife's favorite movies, Big Lebowski, and it's so great. I can't say any of my favorite lines right here because we're on YouTube, but it's so good. Let's see. Code says, I haven't seen The Odd Couple shows, but I saw the film years ago and liked it. Yeah, the film's great. The film's great. You've got Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. Jack Lemmon, I don't know if I've ever seen Jack Lemmon in a bad movie. He's amazing. He's in The Apartment, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies ever. I'll be watching that this month. Not specifically a Christmas movie, but it's, I don't know, it's fun to watch around this time. And I will be watching that for sure. If you haven't seen The Apartment, Billy Wilder, check it out. Amazing. Kevin House, the early 70s Odd Couple show is great. Tony Randall and Jack Klugman were so great together. See, that's all you got to get. I mean, I feel like to make an Odd Couple, well, I say that, all you need is good chemistry between the two leads, but the new show had that, and it still wasn't great. But no, I haven't seen the 70s show at all, and I haven't seen the sequel. I've only seen the first one. Let's see, Patrick Craig. Here he goes. Patrick Craig is super knowledgeable about collecting. Imprint is a cool label, but yeah, they're very expensive, and they don't go down. They don't go on sale as often or as much percent as other labels, it seems. Yeah, I really want that Odd Couple. You know what else I really want from Imprint? That's the only Blu-ray release of it, as far as I can tell, is The Out of Towners, which is a really great, speaking of Jack Lemmon, is it Jack Lemmon? No, is it Walter Matthau? I'm getting them confused now, but it's a really great comedy where it's kind of just things keep going worse and worse. It's a Murphy's Law comedy where everything that can go wrong does go wrong. He's flying into town. He misses his flight, or the flight can't land because a storm is brewing, and then he can't get into the hotel room. He gets mugged. It just keeps getting worse and worse. I don't know. It's one of those anxiety-inducing comedies that my wife does not care for because she actually has anxiety, but I love those. I think it's very fun. It's kind of similar to After Hours, but it doesn't have the dreamlike, nightmarish quality that After Hours has. It's just kind of straightforward comedy, but it's really, really good. I like it. And the only release of it is from Imprint, and I can only get a secondhand for $40, 40 plus. So I haven't bitten the bullet on that yet, but I really want to because I love that movie. If anyone has an Imprint release of that film that they're not using, maybe hit me up. I'd like to check it out. Let's see. Criterion has released a few miniseries: Fishing with John, Fanny and Alexander. That's right. And Berlin Alexanderplatz, World on Wire, Scenes from a Marriage. Yeah, they definitely do limited series. I guess series is just what you say. But we're actually going to watch Fanny and Alexander this month. We're going to try to get through it. I know the only part that takes place at Christmas is the first episode, is what I've been told. But I don't just want to watch the first episode. So we're going to watch that and then try to make our way all the way through the full version, which I think is 5 episodes? Is it 5 hours? I can't remember, but we're definitely going to watch that this month, me and Grace. So I can't wait to get to that. We need to see more Bergman. We haven't seen enough Bergman. Yeah, I think this is the first time I've been the first one to hit the like button. Oh, well, thanks, Kevin. Everybody else go ahead and hit the like button too. It's free and it's easy, and I've been told that it helps me out. I'm going to have to jump back to new releases here. We're never going to finish this stream, but there's so many people in the chat. Looks like, yes, Daniver says Out of Towners is with Jack Lemmon. That's what I thought, but I was second guessing myself because of all the Odd Couple talk. Laren says he watches The Big Lebowski every Christmas, which is interesting, is it? I don't know why, but every Christmas Eve, Laren watches the Big Lebowski. It's a great movie, and it needs any excuse you can to watch it every year because it's really funny. And I've only just seen it recently for the first time, but my wife fell in love with it immediately, so I had to buy her that release, and $20 was just perfect. Those things go for $35 on Amazon. All right, let's get back. Before I get sucked into the chat again, I promise I'll talk to you guys at the end of this, but let's get back and just quickly breeze through the rest of these. There's some lower profile stuff coming out, some TV stuff, some super low budget stuff. What is this? Tokyo Pop. This looks interesting. Tokyo Pop is getting a Kino Lorber release. Kino Lorber always, we can't go a single video without talking about some Kino Lorber. Filmed by Fran Rubel Kuzai. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but this is the 35th anniversary 4K restoration of Tokyo Pop. Interesting. This is a very interesting looking release from Kino Lorber. They usually have a house style that they stick to, but that one looks very different. A young rock singer is not appreciated by her band and gets a postcard from Japan saying, "Wish you were here." She takes what little money she has including ex-boyfriend's rent money, and goes to Tokyo. Interesting. Very interesting release for Tokyo Pop. And of course, because it's this week, it's an 80s film, 1988. So that's coming out tomorrow from Kino Lorber. And according to Ethan, they're having a sale right now. So maybe check that one out if it sounds interesting to you. We're also getting $1,000 billion from Kino Lorber, which is a 1982 film. There's the cover on that. That looks more like a traditional Kino Lorber cover to me. A film by Henri Verneuil. Is this a French film? Kind of sounds like it with all the names that are at the top there. So $1,000 billion Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. A lot of unknown films, at least to me. Maybe you guys will be familiar with these. We're also getting the Exiles Blu-ray from Milestone, which is a 1961 film. Milestone Cinematheque. I have some films from them. I can't remember which ones I have. Oh, what is that? I know I've bought something from that label before, but I can't remember what it is. But there it is. They've got kind of a cool look for their releases, and they've got that logo that goes across the top. That's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to have to go look at my collection after this video and see which film I have from them. But I do have some things from Milestone, but I'm not super familiar with them. But they're releasing the Exiles this week. Then we've got Pajama Party coming out from Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. Look at that. That looks like a blast. It looks very 60s. Yep, 1964. Short little fun 84-minute release. If you're into, is that a beach movie? It looks like a 60s beach movie. And of course, we've got another release from Kino Lorber. This is The Ballad of Little Joe, a film by Maggie Greenwald. Looks like a Western. Kino Lorber's all over the map this week with their releases, but looks like, holy crap! Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo is getting a Blu-ray release from Sandpiper Pictures. This is it, guys. This is the movie. This is the movie that gets referenced every single time a sequel comes out. People say Electric Boogaloo as a secret. The street is here to stay. So this is a breakdancing movie. I'm assuming there's a Breaking 1. That would be pretty cool though if this was just called Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. But I actually didn't know that that's where that came from. I hear cinemaphiles and moviegoers bring that up all the time, Electric Boogaloo, but that's really cool. That's getting released this month. Also, Thunder Road is getting another release from Sandpiper Pictures. So 2 Sandpiper Pictures releases coming out this run. This is a Robert Meacham film. Thunder Road roars down the hottest highway on Earth. Very cool. That is not available on Amazon, so I'm assuming you have to get those from their personal site. I've never bought anything from Sandpiper Pictures, so that's another label I have to add to the list. I have to keep a running tally with all these things coming out. Also from that same label as Blackula is getting a Blu-ray, the 1972 film, which I've heard about but have never seen. That's very cool. Very funny Office joke about that about that movie. And there you go. Ask and you shall receive. Breakin' 1, just Breakin' is also getting released. So Sandpiper is releasing Breakin' and Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo this week. They're having a big week. I don't know how often Sandpiper releases films, but they're releasing a bunch this week. And that, I think, is going to do it. We've got some Blu-ray releases of things that we've already talked about on 4K and some very interesting things here at the bottom that look super niche. Terror Vision is putting out All Jacked Up and Full of Worms, which looks like a fun film to watch with the whole family. Oh, that reminds me, Terror Vision, though. They did release something on December 1st. It wasn't on the usual Blues Day Tuesday, and they released L'Inferno, which is here. This is the release for that, and I actually purchased that. I pre-ordered it back when it was coming out. Dante's Inferno, which is a film from 1911, and I bought it, and I haven't received it yet, but as soon as that comes in the mail, I will open it up and do an unboxing for you guys, because it looked awesome. I love silent films. I especially love silent horror stuff, and I'm very excited to get that. And that's coming from Terror Vision. I don't know if it's sold out or not. I pre-ordered it because it had a limited edition slipcover, and that should be in the mail any day now. So hopefully I can show that to you guys soon. But that is it. That is all the news that is fit to print. You can take that to the bank. We've gone through everything that's coming out. Obviously, there's some TV stuff, but we try to steer clear of TV stuff, or this video would be even longer. And we've already been talking for an hour. Let me take a sip of water, and I'll join you guys back in the chat. So feel free to put in those questions if you have them, and I'll try to keep up. This is the biggest crowd we've ever had for one of these, so thank you guys for tuning in. Let's go to this question. Watch Guy. I think you mentioned in one of your videos I think you mentioned in one of your videos, you mentioned Criterion does Netflix. I love it if they did the Mindhunter series so I can have a hard copy. That's the biggest problem, man. All the Netflix series and movies that don't have releases, I really want a release of Tick, Tick, Boom. I've said that many times on the channel. Netflix, come on, just give us a release of Tick, Tick, Boom. They also have not put out Klaus yet, which is an amazing animated Christmas movie. Beautifully animated, really well-written Christmas movie that I really loved, and still no release. And I would like to watch that right now, so I wish they would put out a release of that as well. There's tons of Netflix stuff that needs a release. Bailey Walsh also says the official Mindhunter cancellation was so disappointing. Let's see. Daniverse says that Out of Towners is a Neil Simon script, which is interesting. I really got to get my hands on that film. Let's see. We've already got through some of these here. Let me get caught up. Michael Smith, only place I've seen imprint titles significantly reduced is Orbit DVD. Has some for $19.99. That's cool. Sometimes I see them pop up in like the Facebook groups, Facebook collecting groups, but even there, they're selling them for still like $40. They're not really giving you any much of a deal because they're so, I mean, they're pretty rare. I think they put out limited runs of those. Ethan Edwards, I've watched the 5-hour version of Fanny and Alexander in one sitting. I do have to break show up though. Jeez, all in one sitting. No, see, I'll never be able to do that, but I will watch them episode by episode because yeah, I wish I could have the time to watch a 5-hour movie, but it's hard to even squeeze in 2-hour movies these days. Let me see here. The Big Lebowski is a summer movie for me. That tends to happen with LA-based movies for me. Great film though. Yeah. I think that would be a more appropriate time to watch it, but I'm not gonna judge anyone. Watch it when you want to watch it because it's great. Tired Boy, I need Criterion to do a Twin Peaks complete series 4K set. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, everyone put in the comments what series you would like Criterion to do, because that's kind of the conversation that we're in right now. But yeah, Twin Peaks. There's that crazy Twin Peaks A to Z box set that looks incredible, but it also goes for like $400+ on eBay. I've looked at that because one of my friends and co-hosts on the channel, Connor Nielsen, is a huge Twin Peaks fan and a huge David Lynch fan in general. He loves all of his stuff. And I thought about getting him that as a gift, but it is egregiously expensive. So hopefully he can get a cool release. I think he already owns it in another format anyway. Let me see. Kevin House. I see The Exiles back there. That's a fascinating 1961 documentary style film about an American Indian community living in downtown LA in the late 50s. Oh, thanks for the background on that. I did see it, but I did not know what it was about, but it's coming out from Milestone. So that's really cool. Thanks for that, Kevin. Pajama Party is a beach film. Hey, I thought so. Everyone was in swimsuits, so I'm not going to give myself credit. It was pretty easy to crack the code. Buster Keaton appears in this one, as well as several other beach movies. Wow. That is a fun fact. I didn't know Buster Keaton was a big beach film cameo guy. Ethan says Blackula is a lot of fun. Not good, but fun. And sometimes that's all you need. Tired Boy is back, says, he's talking to Watch Guy. I won't interfere with their conversation, but there's some talking amongst themselves going on. Twin Peaks is my #1 favorite show. I do like the return season, but I enjoy the coziness and kind of quirkiness of the original show. I've never seen that whole show through. I've seen the pilot episode because when my friend Connor was visiting, he of course made me watch it because he loves that show so much. And then I showed him the Psych episode that is kind of a parody of Twin Peaks called Dual Spires. So we watched both of those, and we were gonna film a video about our experiences because he's only seen one episode of Psych. I've only seen one episode of Twin Peaks. So that was kind of a fun experience, and we were gonna shoot a video about it, but we never got to it because we shot so many videos when he was here. So wish we would have shot that. But anyway, that happened, if anyone cares. Tired Boy, word on the street is David Lynch is working on a new project related to Twin Peaks. The titles going around are Wisteria and Unrecorded Night. Oh, I know some other boy that will be very excited about that if that's true. See, I don't know how you guys get on all this rumor mill. I gotta get in. You guys gotta tell me where you're learning this stuff. Michael Smith, is it on the Reddit? It's probably on the Reddit because I'm not on Reddit that much. I come on there sometimes. I think I'm part of a Criterion group on there, but I don't check it enough, and I feel like that's where all the rumors are coming from. Let's see. Michael Smith, DJ, you should watch The Silent Faust. Visually stunning on one of the classics from Murnau. I've seen that. I know Kino Lorber has a release of that. That's been in my wish list on Amazon and also on eBay from time to time. I will definitely get to that eventually. But like I said, there's just so much stuff. Let's see. Watch Guy says, yeah, Fire Walk with Me was spooky. So still talking about some David Lynch stuff in the chat. Let's see. I feel like I should just sit back and let everyone talk, because there's some great conversations that I'm eavesdropping on. Let's see. Kevin House, good point. I don't think Netflix has released Mank on home video yet either. That's another one. That's another, critical darling that never got a physical release. Netflix is the worst. They're the worst. What can I say? I hate them. Worst streaming service. Ethan Edwards, Netflix put out the Breaking Bad movie El Camino on Blu-ray, but it went out of print so quickly I didn't get it. Oh, see, even if they did that, even if they put out very limited runs, and we had to pay a little extra for them secondhand, that would be cool. But they're not even doing that for most things. It's a huge bummer. When you do this video on the 1911 Dante's Inferno, could you also include how good the picture quality is? Thanks. Yes, I will pop that in before I talk about it, because I'm excited to get it. It should be here any day now. I pre-ordered it, and it came out December 1st, so it should be here soon. I don't know. I don't know what the holdup is. Netflix Criterion needs to release I'm Thinking of Ending Things. That's another one that was a big hit when it came out. This is just the dog it on Netflix stream. Also, I need a Blu-ray of The Midnight Gospel, probably my favorite animated series ever. Lots of stuff. We could talk all day about things that need a release. Cinematic Vinyl. Hey, I don't recognize that name. Jealous of how stocked your Barnes & Nobles are with Criterions. Everyone near me barely has them, and some not at all. LOL. Love the Barnes & Noble shopping vids you do. New to the channel. Hey! Always good to see new people. Thanks. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, I love doing those videos. I am hopeful that my stores will keep selling Criterions. They've been shrinking and shrinking each year, so hopefully, I don't know. I think inevitably they're just going to completely stop selling them, which is sad, because we just got a new Barnes & Noble, like brand new, opened up a couple weeks ago, and I went to like the grand opening, and they had like 10 Criterions maybe. It was just like one tiny half shelf was all the media, all the Blu-rays and DVDs were on one shelf, and it was just like a handful of Criterions. So it was very sad. I know a lot of people have stores like that, so I don't know. It was a very weird store too. It was set up like a mall or like an Apple store or something. Everything was just kind of open concept. So that's where things are moving, and I feel like Criterion's are on the way out. So it's very sad. Maybe the sale haul videos will be short-lived. Maybe we'll just do 2 years of them. Hopefully we can squeeze a couple more years out of it, because I really enjoy doing those, and it makes it fun. It makes it like an adventure every year, or twice a year. I think Wednesday is getting a Blu-ray next year. That's pretty cool. That makes sense. That was a huge hit, and it's also the same team working on the Beetlejuice sequel, so maybe they'll sell a lot of those. I'm sure they will sell a lot of those. That's pretty cool. Laren, dude, I'm afraid to recommend anything due to your vast amount of recs from everyone. I'm so glad I popped in. Hey, thanks for popping in. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Huge crowd we had tonight. Hard to keep up with you guys, but I'm always very grateful for everyone who popped in. You know, do the things that people, what do people say? Hit the like button, subscribe. You're supposed to do that as well. But I just like you guys popping in, like talking to you guys. Hopefully we can get that Discord up soon so we can talk a little bit more and we don't have to condense it down to just an hour each week. And now this, I just checked, L'Inferno was uploaded to YouTube. Well, great. No, I'm glad I bought it. I would like a physical release of that. For me, it's not just being able to watch it, it's also the film preservation aspect of collecting that I like. And I also like watching physical releases more than, I don't want to go to my theater and have to go to the Fire Stick and go to YouTube to watch something, because I know it won't be as good of quality. So I'm glad I got a physical release. But if you didn't get that limited edition release, you can check out it on YouTube. That's pretty cool. I had to watch some things that way. I watched Nosferatu that way. Somebody uploaded the full version of that on YouTube, and that's how I watched it back in October. So that's always a nice safety if you can't get a physical release of it. Tired Boy says, I don't think they'll ever finish releasing Stranger Things on Blu-ray. They want subscribers. Yeah, it's so sad the way things have gone with streaming. Hopefully, I mean, we're getting some, I don't know, there might be a light at the end of the tunnel. Streaming didn't pan out like everyone wanted to. It's kind of been a big, huge fail. And Disney has recently gone back to releasing some of their shows on streaming. They released WandaVision, like we talked about last week. Loki a few weeks ago. Mandalorian coming up soon. I believe that's next week. Yeah, Mandalorian 1 and 2. So Disney Plus is getting back on it. Hopefully Netflix joins and follows suit and they start releasing stuff, because there's a ton of stuff on their streaming service specifically that needs a release, as we've been talking about all night. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bummer. Streaming kind of messed things up for us, but hopefully it'll spin back around and we'll be able to get the stuff we want. I'm mostly picking up older things from boutique labels anyway, so it's not a huge deal for me, but every once in a while a streaming exclusive will catch my eye and I'll really fall in love with it. And then there's no release, so it's kind of a bummer. I don't want to. What is Netflix these days? I don't even pay for it, but it's like $17 a month or something. It's outrageous. This is egregious. This is egregious. Michael Squat. Michael Squat. Wow, I'm losing it. Clearly, I need to take another sip of water and maybe wrap this stream up soon. All right, put your last comments, questions, inquiries, fun facts, credit card numbers, whatever you want to put in the chat, because I'm winding things down. Let's see what we got here. Muhammad Ali, thank you, sir, for joining the stream. Do you think the holdovers will join Criterion? I hope so. I actually don't know. I haven't seen it, but it looks good from everything I've seen. I'd love to get Sideways in the collection. Great movie. Love that movie. Have it back there in the red section. But I would love to see Sidekicks join the collection. Sidekicks. I would love to see Sidekicks join the collection, but that just came out on Vinegar Syndrome. Beautiful release from Vinegar Syndrome, which I kind of want to get my hands on, even though that film was terrible and super goofy, but very nostalgic for me. I grew up watching that film. Anyway, Sideways would also make for a great Criterion release, and then they could also do the holdovers. I haven't seen the holdovers yet. Like I said earlier, I really wanted to go see it, but it's not playing at any of my theaters anymore. But I'd be down for a Criterion release. That'd be really cool. I don't know. It's always a toss-up. Like, you never know what new releases they're going to drop. Some things drop super early, like Triangle of Sadness last year came out immediately. Maybe holdovers will be that one for this year. Who knows? Watch Guy, do you think that All That Heaven Allows stands up to multiple viewings? I don't know, because I haven't seen it multiple times. I've only seen it once, and I absolutely loved it. I feel like it would be a good multiple viewing. I don't think there's not any like big twists or anything that might make it less impactful on multiple viewings. I think it would be just as great. I think I would love it just as much, and that's why we bought it, because Grace and I both loved that movie a ton, and we want to watch it again. And that's also a seasonal film. It goes through autumn, and it goes through winter, and ends on New Year's. So there's even a small Christmas scene, so you can maybe work it into your Christmas watch list. But no, I think that one will hold up on definitely hold up on multiple viewings. If you like, it's a melodrama. It's a little, I don't want to say over the top, but it is definitely heightened, very dramatic, and there is humor in it. But it's not like, it's not a comedy. So if you like melodramas, if you like beautiful people in beautiful locations, in love with each other, I think it's a great movie, and I would recommend it. It's also, there's a lot of other stuff in it. I'm kind of I'm simplifying it, making it sound like less than it is, but there's a lot of like class system stuff in there, and that kind of society where people, that's the stuff that resonated with my wife mostly, because she's from debutante Mississippi, where you don't do things because you want to do them. You do them because society says you have to. And it's very cathartic to watch a film like that, where she gets out of that mindset. Very, very, very good movie. I recommend it. If you haven't seen it, Watch Guy, check it out. Tired Boy, the cast of Twin Peaks keeps posting pictures of wisteria flowers. Haha, and David Lynch hasn't posted to his YouTube channel, which he was uploading to daily, but yeah, the deep diving happens on Reddit. Okay, sweet. So I gotta get on Reddit, and David Lynch is working on a top secret project that I should expect soon. I haven't watched enough David Lynch. I need to get. Yeah, that is true. He was posting daily on YouTube. Connor used to send me all of his videos where he was just talking about the weather and drawing a random ball. That's maybe a clue. I like the idea that there's like these sleuths on Reddit that are trying to figure out all this Criterion stuff. Maybe I should jump in there and pay attention to that stuff. There's a bunch more to the rumor, but yeah. Jared Gerhardt, hey, popping in right as we're wrapping up. But good to see you. Hello, everybody. First time I'm able to catch this live. Oh, is this your first time? I know Jared's from the other YouTube channel that I work on, Geekvolution, but really cool to see you pop into one of my streams. Thank you, sir. Cinematic vinyl, yeah, that's been my experience. I don't know what that was in reference to. Michael Smith, I have Survivor's Guild, my B&N, Barnes & Noble, has tons of Criterions, including lots of box sets. Oh, you bastard. No, that's awesome. I'm very happy for you. My Barnes & Noble used to have tons of box sets. They used to have a lot more Criterions, but that's really cool that yours is still going. You might have to tell me where it is. And whenever Connor and I finally go on that fabled Criterion road trip and we hit a bunch of stores on the way, maybe I'll be able to stop. That's something we're talking about. I don't know if I should let the cat out of the bag. I don't know if it's ever actually going to happen, but Connor and I are talking about, because he's all the way from Portland and I'm all the way from Atlanta, or basically on opposite sides of the country. He wants to fly here, and then we drive road trip all the way across the country to Portland, and then I fly back. And then along the way, we hit as many Barnes & Noble stores during a sale that we can. That would be amazing. That would be one of the best Criterion adventures that I could ever go on. Don't know if we'll be able to make it happen, but fingers crossed for next year. Maybe we'll be able to do it. I don't know. Hope so. I don't want to get your hopes up because I don't know if it's going to happen, but I hope we can make it happen because that would be a lot of fun. An internet user, I'm waiting for the day these streams reach triple digits. Wow, you and me both, brother. That would be amazing. We've only been doing it for a couple months now. Has it been a couple months already? Wow, we're at number 10. We're at number 10. This is double digits. So this is episode 10 of this show. I hope we can keep doing it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep doing it all the way through December. It might get kind of busy towards Christmas time. The kids will be home. I don't know. We'll be visiting with family. I don't know how. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys posted when we're going to be able to do these, but hopefully we can keep these going because these have been a lot of fun and I really enjoy interacting with you guys, and it's keeping me up to date more with what's coming out, which is the reason I started doing it. This is Watch Guy. I actually have been toying with the idea of making a 52-week schedule with shows and films that would occupy a year. I think I could definitely do that. Wow. 52 weeks. So I guess you wouldn't have to be watching something every day, just at least once a week or multiple times a week. More power to you, man. I hope you can I hope you can make that happen. That would be too much for me. We did at the beginning of the year, we did our film resolutions. Video about our film resolutions, and I've completed most of them, but I don't know if I was able to complete all of them. I was maybe a little bit too lofty with my goals, but I'm glad I did it because it pushed me to watch more things than I probably would have otherwise. So that's very cool. That would be really cool to have a 52-week schedule. Make sure you post it in the comments so we can look at it, because that would be pretty cool to have a plan. I only do that in certain months, like this year in October, we had a plan of everything that we wanted to get through. And in December, I also do a watch list that I try to get through of new things mixed with old things. So I'll be doing that this week. Also, I've been talking about a lot of videos that I've been making. I will be shooting a video going through my entire Christmas collection. If you can tell behind me, there's like a lot of gaps. That's why there's all those holes back there, because I've taken all of my Christmas movies down. That's why there's a bunch of stacks behind me. I've taken them all down for the holiday season, so ignore the mess of the collection behind me. I've taken all those down so we can watch them this month with my wife and with the kids, and I'm going to be doing a video going over my entire Christmas Blu-ray collection. Maybe I'll film it after this. Who knows? Maybe I'll stay up late and film more videos, but stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for all those videos. The oscilloscope video is coming out soon. The Universal Essentials Collection video is coming out soon. Lots of stuff coming out. I'm also going to try to pick up those 2 special Blu-rays from Criterion that are coming out in 2 weeks. You guys know I'm excited about those. Can't wait to get those. So a lot of videos coming out. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And we're going to be putting those out soon. I'm trying to wait for the chat to load here so I can say goodbye to you guys, because this happens every time. I'm like, okay, no one's saying anything. I'm going to close up shop. And then as soon as I hit the end recording button, all your comments come through, and I miss them. So let me hang out here with you guys just a little bit more and say our final farewells, and then I'm going to wrap this video up and maybe shoot another video after this. Thank you guys for tuning in. I guess while I do this, I can talk briefly about which ones I'm most excited about this week, because I usually do that. And it's a more minimal week. Like I said, I'm going to watch Blast of Silence on the Criterion Channel streaming service, and then if I like it, I will pick that one up. I feel like I have to get Titanic just out of obligation. And the Young Guns Steelbook from Best Buy looks incredible, and I would like to pick that one up as well. So those are the big three that I'm thinking of. Oh, and Days of Heaven. Days of Heaven, obviously. So there's about 4 titles I'm excited about. There it is. See? I wish you guys could see the chat, but they all just came in at all at one time. So I'll finish through these last few comments and then we'll end it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for popping in. This is a crazy stream. And now this, I'm with you, DJ, let me switch back so you can actually see what I'm looking at. I'm for physical media, but I never saw the movie, so I want to see if I'll like it before I buy it. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes I can get a sense of whether I'll like something or not. Like with Criterion, I like to take more chances. But, you know, if it's on streaming, I might as well take advantage of it. It's right there. Cola Guy 29229. Hey there, new here. Welcome. Great to see you. Amazon does a lot of price matching of the Criterions during the Barnes & Noble sale. I just checked, and a lot are still $19.99 until midnight. Yes, they do that. I like to support like brick and mortar Barnes & Noble stores and, you know, Criterion.com when I can. But if you're if you're somewhere where you don't have any Barnes & Noble, or you're in a country that, you know, Barnes & Noble doesn't ship to, Amazon is a good alternative for that. And they do match prices, which is very cool. I don't like that they do that because they're putting Barnes & Noble out of business, but it is nice and handy sometimes if you can't get to a Barnes & Noble. And now this says like, subscribe, and share. Thank you guys. Thank you for promoting for me because I don't do a good enough job of it. Ethan Edwards says, no Connor tonight. The Tonight Show must be live this week. Ethan Edwards continuing to make Connor feel like nothing but a Jimmy Fallon clone. Yes, sidekicks with Chuck Norris. That's what I was talking about, Daniverse. It's a blast. It's really not. It's pretty terrible. But it did get a Vinegar Syndrome release if you guys want to check it out. I think it's already out of print, but it looks awesome. Laren, this has been great, man. Hopefully Criterions will remain a hit in stores. Barnes & Noble rules. Thanks for going live. You're very welcome. Thank you for popping in because you're a big hit in my in my live stream comments. Everyone goes nuts when you get here. But yeah, thank you guys all for popping in. This has been a really big one. During other months, they have lots of Criterions at $27. Speaking of Amazon. Cinematic Vinyl, favorite Terrence Malick film? I know you recently watched The New World. Yes, I did, and that is my favorite at the moment, but I've only seen Badlands and The New World, so I'm very young. I'm a very young Terrence Malick fan, but I absolutely loved The New World. It kind of blew me away, and I wish I had watched it with my wife. I'm going to have to rewatch it with her, because I think she would really like it too. Very, very, very crazy experience I had with that movie. Gus says, I love All That Heaven Allows. Hope it gets a 4K. I hope not. No, that'd be cool if it did, but I literally just bought it, so hopefully it's far, far in the future. You should watch more Douglas Sirk films. I know there's a Magnificent Obsession that I need to watch. Also, Inherit the Wind is a Douglas Sirk film that is pretty up there on my list. I'll probably get those in one of the upcoming sales because I was this close to picking one of those up this time, but there was just too much stuff I had to grab. Watch guys, speaking of Lynch and Twin Peaks, his character in the show was hilarious. I'll have to get to that eventually. So Criterion sale ends today. Yes, December 4th is the last day, so everybody, I mean, I don't know. What time is it? I don't know what time zone you're in, but I don't know are they still open at 10:30? I don't know. Bailey says, yes, it ends today. I don't know about the exact timing, though. Yeah, I think you could probably still get away with it if you head to a store right now. Anybody recommend Ministry of Fear? It's only $15 compared to other Criterion titles. Yeah, I'm not sure why that one is cheaper. Is it just that there's like no special features on it or something? But I do own that one. I haven't seen it yet. That's the Fritz Lang film, right? Have you started on the Pasolini box set? No, I don't have the Pasolini box set yet. I have seen a couple of the films in the Pasolini box set because they're streaming on the channel. But no, I don't have that yet. I wish I had it. It was just like, do I want this or do I want like 5 or 6 other titles, and I opted to go with some individual releases. I did get one box set this month, which was the Kiarostami set, but I don't have the Pasolini box set yet. Maybe for Christmas? Who knows? Fingers crossed. My birthday is also coming up in January, so maybe I'll get that. Maybe tell Grace to get me the Pasolini box set for Christmas or my birthday. But no, I really, really want that set. It looks great. I would recommend Death Wish if you haven't seen it. I haven't seen Death Wish. That's the, oh my gosh, Pulp Fiction. What is his name? I can't think of names. It's too late. But no, I haven't seen Death Wish yet. And I've heard great things about that movie. I think Connor specifically likes that movie a lot. Watch Guy, 52-week schedule would be shows, films every day, but say only 2 to 3 hours a day. Oh, is that all? Only 3 hours a day. Point would be to use only my physical media and turn off all streaming for a year. That's the way to do it, man. I've basically done that. The only streaming service I have is Criterion Channel because it's very useful to have. But yeah, I don't have any of the other streaming services. I got way too much back here that I haven't seen yet, so I try to do that. I don't watch something every single day, but that's a big goal. And yeah, definitely do that, man, and let us know how it goes. Keep us updated. LOL, I just noticed that camera right, you have another whole shelf. Yes. If you haven't seen, there's a whole third section of the shelves over there. That's where I put all the boutique stuff. So that's where my Kino Lorber is. That's where my Arrow stuff is. That's where my Criterion stuff is. I've shown it off before. That's where I shoot my Criterion Corner podcast with Connor, my second co-host, and shoot it back there in the corner. Whole nother shelf. Check out the channel if you want to see what's over there. Yeah. Too much stuff. Too much stuff on the shelf. Gotta start selling stuff soon. Kevin House, I recommend Ministry of Fear. It's a Fritz Lang film with a really good cast. Cool. I don't like Amazon and don't do Prime, but Discover Card gives me 5% back at Amazon this month. Well, there you go. Gotta do what you gotta do. Watch Guy says subscribed and liked. Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate it. And everybody else who has joined for this stream, this has been a big one. I am going to have no voice after this. I've been talking for a long time. But thank you guys so much. It means the world to me that you guys want to pop in and hang out with me for a couple hours each week. I really enjoy doing these, and I want to continue doing these for as long as I can. Thank you guys so much. I keep saying that. Sorry, but I really do mean it. And until next time, keep collecting. And I'll be back with another video real soon. Thanks, guys.